Annyeonghaseyo, this is meowmurai. Let's continue our game of the First Descendant running on PC. Okay, about this other module. We've got particle conversion, or sorry, we've got reinforced front line and focus fire, which both have the exact same description. Right, perfect support. But provides supply bullets, concentrated fire. Oh, never mind. This is different now. Okay, looks like they corrected that. For the longest time, I got this module. I was like, they have the exact same text. How do I know which one does what? Okay, let's try this one out.
인류는 너무나 나약해. 그래서 우리가 꼭 필요하지.
여기는 카운터 액추얼. 모든 인원에게 전달한다. 보이드 폭풍 심화로 작전 환경이 좋지 않다. 주의해서 움직이고. 이상.
벌거스 특수비행체가 작전 지역 상공에 나타났다. 적주시켜. 주변에 생명 반응이 감지되는 아르케 수용체가 있다.
Oh, I see. That one's static.
데스턴트 아르케정의 실력. 내가 우리 증언이다.
강화 개시. 저장 중. 실드를 충전해야.
누구지?
임무 종료. 수송기를 그쪽으로 보내겠다.
강화 개시.
여기는 하운드 액추얼. 모든 인원에게 전달한다. 보이드 폭풍 심화로 작전 환경이 좋지 않다. 주의해서 움직여. 이상.
선양 냄새 좋고.
월거스 특수비행체가 작전 지역 상공에 나타났다. 압수시켜.
중계 강화. 탄창 교체.
작전 지역에 대규모 벌거스 병력 확인. 계승자 신호문.
제곱 이번 지원으로 상황 대역전이다.
작전 지역 퇴출 시작.
이거 한방 간다. 저기 강화. 잠깐. 우리 말로 하자고 말로. 이보다 완벽한 지원은 없을 거야. 상황 개시. 저기 강화. 보급. 저기 강화. 실드 회복에 일도 안 되지. 목격. 보급 끊기 전에 나좀 챙겨줘.
Oh, that guy got me. My goodness.
상황 개시.
Yeesh. Listen, sometimes that guy can just be such a pain. I don't know if this is my favorite Transcendent mod either. Like, it really doesn't feel like I'm buffing enough people. Or giving them enough of an advantage to stay inside that circle.
이번 지원으로 대역전이다. 이번 지원으로 상황 대역전이다. 적의 감지. 큰 거 한 방 간다. 제거 부정시 지원 중.
See, general, special, and general, special, impact, high rounds. Do I have anything with special? $56. Or we could do shotgun at 14 rounds. Oh no, that's high powered. 12 of high powered, 56 special, and 56 normal. This is only 50 rounds of magazine. I would think that's like 56 rounds of something. And I'd enter more than a clip. Well, keeping all that up is rough. Or, I mean, you know, take some practice for sure.
전폭적인 지원이 있을 겁니다. 제거 추진 시 지원 접수.
Yeah, I'll have to increase the shot rounds of the hive. Need 56 rounds. I can kind of see why this is not like the super popular build. Oh, hey, how you doing? $56 rounds. Now, let's see. What do I care about the most? Yes. Oh, yeah, I'm only up at this time of the day because of emergency at work. So I wouldn't say it's a great morning for me. But you know, it's still very early in the morning. So there's time for it to get better. But I'm glad you're doing good, or doing great. Rounds per magazine. Well, that's what I want. That puts me at... oh, I think I need to change one of these then. Oh, I don't even have this thing all the way built out. Let's see, I've got 2 toxics and a poison. Nope. That's at its maximum. Yeah, sometimes folks at work will just call me just for pure panic. I'm like, I don't know what you think I can do for you. This is something, these are all things that you need to control. What's the maximum runs per magazine? 12%. Oh, really, I'm not that far off. What's the max? 184. Are they making fun of you? Why would they do that? I mean, who would do that? Certainly not at this time in the morning. At least over here, most people are fast asleep still. I'd say the good majority of folks wouldn't wake up for at least another 2 hours. I mean, normally I would also be asleep at this time if work hadn't called me. You know, sometimes if you're up early enough, then it's not really worth it to go back to bed. Like, it's maybe better to work throughout the day and maybe nap when you get home. Because by the time I'd fall asleep and then have to wake up again, you know, maybe only 30 or 40 minutes would pass. Hardly a restful sleep. Oh, it just does not want to give it to me. 191 I can deal with that. Point damage, multi-hits, or crit rate. I mean, I guess I understand if folks have been making comments about that all your life, like you're very, very subconscious about it. Well, not even subconscious; you're very conscious about it. I don't know if those are necessarily bad traits, though. Like in the world. That can be hard if you're like surrounded by people who love to tease you a lot. And sometimes it's not like a good kind of playful teasing. I mean, it's like how a lot of women end up being really obsessed about their weight, just because that's like the thing that seems to be brought up a lot, like during the entirety of their life. It kind of be hard to get past that. I think you stop caring really about what other people think. Only after reach a certain age, and if you're in a like a certain friend circle, maybe social circle. Up until then, it's kind of rough. Yeah. I see. He's worried still about the feminine behavior, maybe the feminine look. Is that just something that people around you say, like physically, not people online? People online are a lot different, usually in worse ways. And I said the traits of what are attractive or not attractive are a little bit different, across the world versus where you are. They call you Blondie? Or your hair was blonde for a while, right? I mean, did you dye it again? Did you end up choosing another color? I mean, having blonde hair, at least in America, is very attractive. It's very desired. A lot of people have blonde hair or dye their hair blonde. Might be a little different in Germany. Or maybe like where you live. I see I have to make more of these tacticals. But like I said, it's sort of hard to... It's hard to feel good about yourself if you're just like surrounded by people that are either, not playfully teasing you or just like in a mean way, right? If there's everybody's around you being mean about something, then it could be hard. Light pink. Have you tried one of those apps that gives you like a little preview of your hair? Like if you change it to different colors? I know you said you weren't happy about the red. Or not the red. Whoa. What was it? Yeah, you said it looked a little strange since your eyelashes were blonde. Well, you're not taking a selfie. Yeah. I mean, you're not taking a selfie and posting it. You're really taking a selfie just to use an app to check your hair color. Maybe something that you'd be compatible with without, like, actually dyeing your hair. You know, like the full commitment, and then to be unhappy with it. It's a little bit different of a reason why you would take a picture of yourself. Well, I mean, or you can just go for it if you just like. It's just that you don't want to dye your hair too much because you'll end up damaging the, or at least, well, not the roots, but damaging the hair that you have on your head currently. Then you have to deal with like a lot of conditioner and just kind of babying your hair while your new hair grows in. Now, believe me, I know. I used to have very, very, very long hair. And once it gets a little damaged, it's sort of a pain to manage. It's sort of a pain to manage. Just end up cutting it off, or cutting off all the damaged areas. I don't think you're at that point yet. You've only dyed your hair once. You really can't damage your hair too terribly much with just a one-time dye. Did you dye it yourself, or did you go someplace to have it dyed? That can also make a difference too. I mean, usually people that are like super obsessed with like calling you like too femme, or if they have you have like have you feminine features. I mean, usually they're not looking good themselves. If I'm gonna be honest with you, usually they're not looking too good themselves, and the very very well, they got problems of their own to deal with that they're unhappy with, which is why they kind of lash out at somebody else. It's like it's like folks who may look at somebody who's feminine and go, "Boy, that's not what a real man looks like," but then they're like overweight and not handsome. They couldn't get a girl to look at them. Even if they bumped into him, you know what I mean? I mean, that's just tend to be the kind of people that have that sort of criticism. Again, I don't know if that is how it is for you, but yeah. There was a long period in my life where I wasn't really happy with the way I looked, because, well, I mean, people have different criticisms, but pretty much all the criticisms I ever faced were from people that I thought were not very attractive. And I was like, well, not one to speak. If you think I don't look good, I think you need to work on yourself. Again, that's been my experience. Especially true if you're talking about people online. Usually only the most the least attractive people will make comments about the attractiveness of somebody else. Yeah, I mean, and good looking again. It's a very relative thing, right? I mean, like that girl that you're interested in, the school teacher. I mean, she didn't seem like she had a problem with how you looked.
평범한 건 취급 안 해.
I mean, I would imagine the folks around you that are maybe saying things in a hurtful way. I would imagine that maybe they're not like high on the look scale. I mean, you may say that they're good looking, but I don't know if other people would feel that way. Especially if you're trying to like attract the opposite sex. Like if you're kind of like a mean spirited and hateful person, that sort of shows on you when somebody else is looking on you, and it takes away from the attractiveness. It's a very cliche thing to say, you know, personality matters, but it also shows in your overall countenance, you know, your overall look, your aura. Like people can sense that, people can see that as part of the overall attractive package. That's why more confident men have more opportunities, because that shows as part of your overall stature, overall attractiveness. Of course, that only means something if you're like trying to, like all that doesn't matter if the person that you're interested in doesn't care about any of that stuff. I do think in general, though, the more self-confident you are, and the happier you are with yourself, then that does tend to show, and it's something that people like to see.
이보다 완벽한 지원은 없을걸.
Yeah, because I'm not, at least in this area that I live in, I'm not really considered a very handsome man. But I've thankfully had partners who are supermodels. Or in my opinion, they're supermodels. I guess everybody might have a different opinion of what a attractive supermodel is. Well, this is really hard to keep this gun rotation going on. I'm not sure if it's worth all the trouble to do all this stuff for this extra damage for the skill-based mode. By the time I meet all these conditions, I mean, all the enemies are dead. Again, you know, these are my opinions. They are different depending on what region you live in, what kind of people you surround yourself with. the kind of friends you have, you know, the kind of people that you are trying to attack and get attention from. No such thing as good advice when it comes to relationships, yeah, quite frankly. Yeah, all I can really say is that, you know, again, if you're self-confident about yourself and you feel good about yourself, and you, you know, you take, you know, the teasing and the meanness with a grain of salt, then you're just going to be a happier person in life, and that happiness shows to other people, you know, who want to hang around, who want to hang out. But I also do understand that these are kind of things that you say when you get older, when like the looks and the world that you live in is much different. Like at your age, that stuff is a lot more important. Like it affects you more. But when you're an old man, you know, everybody looks bad. It's much easier to stand out when you're an old man. I just don't want people getting into the, the weirdness of like looks maxing themselves, you know. I think there's no happiness in that. No, it was a bad idea. I mean, honestly, you don't know until you do it, right? Whether something is truly a good idea or a bad idea. It's rather unfortunate there's no way to really avoid that.
강화 개시. 실드 급속 충전. 반영 모드. 총계 강화.
Oh, I didn't realize it was just me and Freyna. I thought there was other people here. Well, silly me. Ooh, my goodness. I mean, I didn't start off this way, you know. I think probably when I was around your age, I was a lot more self-conscious about myself. But I was also surrounded by, you know, not very good people. So that certainly didn't help. I think over time that sort of develops, or hopefully it develops, as you become more experienced in life. And honestly, if you're old enough to get away from your hometown, and you know, at least like visit other places and go to different cities and meet like a different set of people, that can really change your outlook on life, I think. Like folks who are always surrounded by like the friends that they grew up with, I don't think that's necessarily bad, but at the same time, it also doesn't give you a lot of good perspective. So people feel all sorts of different ways about other people. That's why I say that. It's very hard for me to say like definitively, well, if you do this and that, and if you change that about yourself, or you become different in a certain way, that's going to make a difference in how you feel about yourself and your life. I just don't think that's there's a universal truth to any of that. Because like if you're just surrounded by, you know, very, very negative people, then it'd be very hard to improve yourself in a way that you'd be happy with. You know? I mean, that's just kind of the reality of things too. I wouldn't even say like I try to be positive about everything either. I mean, I do weigh things in reality. Like if you're not overly positive person and maybe see the good in everyone, then that's a very hard life to live like that. Well, just to constantly deny reality. I don't know. I don't think that's healthy either. That's a tough balance, though. Limiting your sarcasm with also trying to not be a real bummer of a person. I think you're kind of almost there, though. Honestly, it doesn't really seem like you have a good base. It's just a matter of, you know, working through your insecurities and not caring as much about the people who are super critical of you. Quite I would like to say that the less you care about an asshole's opinion, then the better off you are. You know, we call them assholes for a reason. Not because they provide any valuable insight. Oh, sorry, yeah, I'm trying not to swear as much in my life. It's very difficult. I really had to think about it. Like, wow, what word should I use? Asshole is just one of those things where there's like not a lot of good replacements for that word. At least not without enough impact. Boy, this build is very hard to maintain. Normally I like these kind of builds where it's a little more difficult to maintain all your damage. But that is a lot of work for what I don't feel is like enough damage. You love everyone? Yeah, I think that's a good attitude. As long as you acknowledge that there are people that, you know, that are very hard to love. But again, in your area, maybe everybody's like generally pleasant. In my area, that's not the case. I can be pretty critical of folks in my area, and pretty confident that I've judged them correctly. Yeah. Well, I'm really having a hard time with this one. Ooh, almost out of mana. My goodness. Burn through a lot of mana in this build, too. What's good about this build? I'm really struggling to find something positive to say about it. Other than it's significantly different than the other builds. And you can help people out by doling out ammo, but yeah, like for all the work that you have to do to get damage, it seems like it's not worth it. Yeah, eyebrows are white too. Yeah, sorry, it's a little hard for me to catch up with the conversation sometimes. White eyelashes, white eyebrows, white hair. Your skin relatively light too? I guess not that that matters. Like you have a problem with like burning easy? Or getting sunburn, I should say. No, I mean, everybody has a problem with burning easy. With getting sunburned, I mean.
어쩌면 메지스터야말로 진짜 인류의 희망 아니겠니?
Boy, it's windy here, let me tell you. I'm surrounded by trees, and somehow it's windy as hell. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about this build. Some people, you know, sing the praises of this. I just don't know if it's worth it. I just don't think the damage is worth it. I had much more fun with compressed bullet or even supply firearm. This one I don't know about either. You know, planting the enhancer in a certain place. That's not how battles work in this game, though. You move all around everywhere. He has white hair, but no one makes fun of him. Well, I would imagine that there are some people that make fun of him. I get what you're saying, though. I think it's a little different too if a lot of people know you. Like the more famous you are, I think a lot of faults are forgiven. Especially if you're like good at something, you know. Like there are a lot of, you know, not very handsome football players. Football, or what we call soccer over here. Not handsome. Very talented, though. And we forgive them for not being handsome if you know, they're good with their feet, right? So, talent does make up for some shortcomings as well. Maybe not everything, but a lot. In fact, I'd say for a vast majority of our American football players, you wouldn't rank them high in the attractiveness scale, even though they have like a lot of talent. You're good at overthinking? Yeah. I don't know if that's necessarily bad, though. It's only bad if it, like, paralyzes you in life. You know, you get to the point where, like, you have a lot of self-doubt that you can't make decisions and move forward. I mean, that's when it's unhealthy. But I don't think it's necessarily bad to be aware of things and to maybe critique them. Oh, yeah, that's right. I was looking at the dailies. Or the weeklies. What are the weeklies this week? I don't seem to have a good, clear picture of them. Maybe I'll look here. Defeat enemies non-attribute. Acquire gold. Well, dismantle modules. Combine modules. That's the worst one. Interact with materials, storage boxes during void vessel missions. Oh, they want you to play void vessel. Well, I guess it's not all fun in games.
모듈이 다 똑같다면 제가 필요 없겠죠?
Not all fun and games, especially when we're talking about Void Vessel. I don't know. You seem like a good person. Like, I understand it's hard to not be overly critical of yourself, especially if you're like surrounded in your own thoughts. Like, I totally get that. Good at cooking. Yeah, I mean, cooking is a good life skill. It's good to be able to provide for yourself. Even if you don't, plan on being self-sufficient for a long time. Like, you don't plan on or like being single. It's still good to be able to cook. Cooking and cleaning, very handy. And just overall hygiene, just very good things to be good at. It's good for you, and it's good for people around you, and any potential women you might be interested in. I think very few people like a dirty person.
총계 강화. 이보다 완벽한 지원은 없을 거야.
Well, it's interesting to see Lepic becoming more popular again. What's I supposed to do? Interact with storage boxes?
이보다 완벽한 지원은 없을 거야.
Okay, well, that wasn't bad, I guess. Nice. Yeah. Seems like you're well rounded. It's a good direction to go in. Or it's a good direction to be at. Oh, that's right. I set my alarm. I wasn't expecting to already be up.
이보다 완벽한 지원은 없을 거야. 지원은 없을 거야.
Yeah, well, I'm like, there's a lot of stuff that you have to do to get this build to work. I think the damage is good,
강화 개시.
or not this build. I mean the other build that I was using. The skill-based build is just it's just like a ton of prep. You know, it's like shooting a certain number of bullets from the 3 types of ammo. And, you know, putting out your ammo for other folks.
이번 지원으로 대역전이다. 보급. 절거 부진 시 지역을 분석 중이다.
There we go. Good thing we had a Serena in there. Okay, well, while I'm up, I might as well go to the gym. Going this early at least ensures that I don't have to compete with all the machines. And people will leave me alone if I'm running. So. Ah, that's right. It's the last time we looked at Inez was when we had the cheerleading outfits. What is this? Oh man, this looks like it's kind of a mess. What is this changing? Oh, her bodysuit. Is that something that's just hard to tell? The belt? Just the belt. Oh, the pants are last. It's interesting that they're last. What they have for hair? Oh, the mushroom look. I don't know. I kind of like her with the long hair. I don't know how I feel about this outfit. I mean, what is it with all the half-back jackets, too? Was that a thing now? It wouldn't be a thing now in winter. Oh, well. We'll stop it there. This is meowmurai. You've been watching the First Descendant running on PC. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed watching. I will see you at the next stream. And yeah, I hope you continue to have a good day.